What is up, you beautiful gamers, and welcome back to Role-Playing Games, to this little lone corner in the internet where we like to talk about video games. And first and foremost, I hope that each and every single one of you beautiful people, you're beautiful, in case no one has told you today, that you're having merry old holidays with your family, in world and everything. And in the next upcoming year, I hope that each and every single one of you have someone to have sex with. If you wanted to buy that car, that you get to buy that car. If you wanted to make that trip, that you get to make that trip. I'm just that kind of person, dude. I want everybody to be merry and whole happy and stuff like that. But anyways, let's continue to the matter of today's video. And do you see this thing? Do you see this thing? I wear this thing like the proud... Oh my baby. Like the proud nerd that I am. I'm a huge fan of J.R.R. Tolkien's work. And that is, of course, what we are going to be talking about today. We're gonna be talking about this new upcoming Lord of the Rings, not so close coming Lord of the Ring, MMO, online, video game. But we'll get to the release date, window, stuff like that at the end of the video. Let's get into the matter, right? And first, let's get into the core of everything. We don't have an official name for the game as of yet, unlike what everybody has been misinforming you out there. It's not being developed by Amazon Game Studios only. Rather, it is being made in partnership with Athlon Games, which is a subsidiary of Liu, which also owns Digital Extreme, developers of the popular Warframe, and some amazing games like The Darkness 2 and Unreal Tournament. The game is gonna be a AAA MMO, which is aimed as well to be a multi-year game. Some of the talents already enlisted, reportedly by GameSpot, are veterans that have previously worked on big games like WoW, Destiny, PlanetSide, EverQuest, Defiance, and Rift. The first take on the narrative was going to be set in a timeline of the Middle Earth with places and creatures and people never seen before by Tolkien fans. Although this probably refers, of course, to the pop culture and media that we have for the trilogy of the movies and the Hobbit movies as well. Because, I mean, if you're a nerd like me, I read the Silmarillion every once time in a month. I have a problem, alright? Don't judge me. But anyways, this news that I'm going to give you right now might come as a... cold of water bucket into your bag, because the take was originally going to be this thing where they were going to explore all of this world, mythos, and universe of the Middle Earth. Maybe we would, I don't know, I'm probably stretching it way too far, but imagine being able to experience Feanor's treason, or to fight against Morgoth, or getting to know Beren and Luthien, or Fingolfin. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of possibilities that could have been like explored in the world and mythos of the universe of the Middle Earth. It's not gonna be the case anymore. It seems that the approach right now is gonna be like the same incompetence with the Lord of the Rings Online that got published in 2007, which is still live and it's getting updates and stuff like that. But the take and the narrative is going to be mostly focused on the books, not in the movies. It was going to be like exploring a whole bunch of other places. It's not going to be anymore, at least as of right now, it's not going to be anymore. But yeah, it might actually come as sad news for some of us, but it is what it is, I guess. It is being made as well, of course, with the involvement of Middle-earth Enterprises, who own all of the licenses and media publishing regarding Lord of the Rings. Now here's where we have to be skeptical. The track record and the credentials of the people developing this game, they are not the best you can hope as a fan of a game of this caliber. Some people use Warframe as a banner of quality comparison since it's being developed, well, Warframe was developed by Digital Extreme, one of the subsidiaries that Liu owns. Remember that Liu owns Athlon Games as well, although the developers of the game are Amazon Game Studios and Athlon Games. The credentials that we have from Amazon right now are not encouraging. They have one cancelled game directly developed by Amazon, Breakaway, and one that Amazon was the publisher, while Relentless Studios was the developer of the cancelled Crucible. Also, there's Grand Tour, developed by Amazon Game Studios Seattle, that got delisted of every store in June 2020. This being PlayStation, Microsoft, and Amazon. Yeah, boys! Cyberpunk 2077 wasn't actually the first game being taken away from the store. Also, we have New World being developed by Amazon Game Studios, and the game is being delayed. It has been delayed on several occasions due to the inconformities that the gamers have right now. It's struggling, but at least we can see so far right now that Amazon is actually cares for the feedback that they receive for the games. New Worlds looks so goddamn promising. It has its problems, but at least Amazon is actually working on them, is listening to the community, is listening to the feedback, and I hope that this succeeds most partially because I hope that it succeeds and it becomes a huge, amazing game, so that we can have strong credentials for these games, at least for the Lord of the Rings games. As of Athlon, their games developed and published mostly involve the Telltale series of Batman and Wallace and Gromit, and while those games are quite good in the reception and like their series is mostly favorable in the reception, I mean they're not MMOs. We cannot fully also use Warframe as a reference of how the approach in the market will be with this game in in-game purchases and publishing practices. If you're a fan of Warframe and enjoy its currency system, well, it's probably not gonna be similar to these new Lord of the Rings games. At least not at full extent, since the game is going to be published by Amazon in the majority of the market, while Li Yu is going to take care of the publishing and handling in the game in China. So yeah, the approach of the currency system, in-game purchases and stuff similar to what we see in Warframe is gonna be mostly similar in China. As of how Amazon will handle the game, we're kind of left in the dark. We're gonna have to wait to New World releasing to take a glance as of how will the game store practices will finally be with Amazon, although they do have said that the in-game purchases with New World is gonna be mostly cosmetic. But how many times have we heard that before? With companies telling us that everything that it's gonna be merry and beautiful, you're not gonna get a pay to win, it's gonna be amazing, everything's gonna be cosmetic. And at the end of the day, when the game finally releases, or on the track record of the release when they're already on the market, they change that. Fallout 76. We do have a tentative release window for the game. Tencent acquired Li Yu a while ago, and with the purchase they made public some milestones that they had for the game. In short, they had scheduled PC closed beta in September 2022 and open beta in January 2023, and consoles launch 1 year after the open beta, which would set the tentative release date in January 2024 for consoles and probably 2023 for PC. But we do have to take in consideration that all of these statements, all of these plans and tentative release windows and milestones were planned prior to COVID, back in the day where they planned this thing. I think that the game was announced, if my memory serves me well, it was announced in 2018. All of these plans were produced before we even got news of the pandemic, and well, we have seen what the pandemic has made to some of the games. Take a look at, for example, Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, that's why I haven't talked about Cyberpunk 2077 in the channel. To talk about that game right now, it feels like talking about politics, and like my merry old friend Andrzej Sapkowski says, to talk about politics is to talk about the hole in your ass. Everybody has holes in their asses. You have a hole in your ass, I have a hole in my ass, but you don't go out there in the streets and then you pull down your pants and then show your asshole to everybody that's passing around. No, that's not how it functions. That's not how it works. The same works for politics. You don't go talking to politics about politics with every single person in the world out there, because everybody has their biases and opinions, and well, my opinion is quite biased about Cyberpunk 2077, but nevertheless, this is relevant because we have to take in consideration as well that the document that was made public by Tencent acquiring Li Yu, it was taken down. As of the time that you're watching this video. If you want to take a look at my sources, everything that we talk in my videos is sourced, remember that. But you can no longer find the document where they state these milestones. I will be leaving all of the articles that they do state all of these tentative release dates and stuff like that. But probably, like with the situation of Cyberpunk 2077, probably they caught wind of what was happening around and say, hey, there's a whole lot of people out there talking about our tentative milestones and releases, and well, oh my god, take a look at Cyberpunk. We don't want that happening to us, so let's take down this thing. And I mention that because if you take a look at all of the other documents that they have in the website, they are public documents that you can like take a look at that. They are just like corporate documents regarding legal stuff about like how the game directors will handle and their positions and managements of the enterprises and the partnership. That's where the time release dates were, but it got taken down. You can still consult all of the other documents, but the milestones and release plans, they got taken down. You can no longer find them. But anyways, do let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this game? Are you excited about it? I certainly am, but I'm just a fanboy when it comes to J.R.R. Tolkien and all of this kind of stuff. Nevertheless, do let me know what do you think about all of this in the comments below. I'm looking forward to reading you guys. With that being said, don't you ever forget that each and every single one of you watching RPJames, hanging around with me, are beautiful people. With that being said, I'll see you beautiful gamers in the next one. Remember to stay safe, remember to stay awesome. I'll see you later.